David McCallum, an actor who rose to fame as a teen heartthrob in the 1960s television classic The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and played the eccentric medical examiner in the hugely successful NCIS series 40 years later, has passed away. He was 90. According to a statement released by CBS, McCallum passed away naturally on Monday at New York Presbyterian Hospital while being attended by relatives. David was a talented playwright and performer who was adored by people all around the world. He lived an extraordinary life, and his legacy will endure forever thanks to his family and the numerous hours of film and television that will always exist, according to a CBS statement. Scottish-born McCallum has been having success with roles in movies like The Great Escape, The Greatest Story Ever Told, and A Night to Remember, about the Titanic. However, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is credited with popularizing the blonde actor with the Beatles-inspired hairstyle in the middle of the 1960s. Secret agents were increasingly prevalent on both big and small screens as a result of the James Bond books and movies' success. According to John Heitland's The Man from U.N.C.L.E. book, Ian Fleming, who created the Bond franchise, made ideas contributions to The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Robert Vaughn played Napoleon Solo in the show, which made its premiere in 1964. Napoleon Solo was a member of a covert, cutting-edge team of law enforcement officers whose initials stood for United Network Command for Law and Enforcement. Despite the Cold War, the CIA employed people from all over the world, including McCallum, who played Ilya Kuryakin, Solo's Russian sidekick. McCallum noted that the role was initially somewhat tiny, noting in a 1998 interview that, "I'd never heard of the word sidekick before." The program received mixed reviews but soon gained popularity, especially with teenage girls drawn to McCallum's attractiveness and mysterious, intellectual persona. By 1965, Ilya had taken on a more significant role in Vaughn's identity, and the two actors frequently saw fans swarming them in public. The show ran until 1968. In 1983, Vaughn and McCallum got back together for a throwback television film called The Return of the Man from U.N.C.L.E., in which the agents were persuaded to come out of retirement to once more save the world. In 2003, McCallum made a comeback on television in a different series for a CBS organization known only by its initials, NCIS. In his role, he took on the persona of Dr. Donald Ducky Mallard, a pathologist who worked for the Naval Criminal Investigation Service, a team that investigated crimes involving the Navy or the Marines. The NCIS manager was played by Mark Harmon. According to McCallum, Ducky, who wore spectacles, a bow tie, and had a thing for attractive women, looked a little silly, but it was great fun to do. He also took the job seriously, spending time learning about how autopsies are performed at the Los Angeles coroner's office. Lauren Holly, a co-star, expressed her sorrow on X, formerly Twitter. "You are the loveliest man. I appreciate you for being you." An in memoriam card honoring McCallum will now be included in the previously mentioned Monday night NCIS marathon. The show rapidly grew in popularity and eventually made it onto the list of the top 10 shows. When NCIS was in production, McCallum, who resided in New York, resided in a one-bedroom apartment in Santa Monica. He was a scholar and a gentleman, always kind, a true professional, and never one to turn down a good laugh. It was a privilege to work with him right away, and he never let us down. According to a statement from NCIS executive producers Stephen D. Binder and David North, he was just a legend. 2 Emmy nominations came from McCallum's work on U.N.C.L.E., and he received a third for his performance as an instructor battling alcoholism in the 1969 drama Teacher for the Hallmark Hall of Fame. He played the titular character in the brief science fiction series The Invisible Man in 1975, and he played Steele in the British science fiction series Sapphire and Steel from 1979 to 1982. He also had numerous cameo appearances over the years in TV shows including Sex and the City and Murder, She Wrote. He made his Broadway debut in The Flip Side in 1968 and in the Michael Sheen and David Suchet starring production of Amadeus in 1999. A number of off-Broadway productions featured him as well.